Hello, 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 everyone, and good morning. I'm glad to be here with all of you. Coffee in the morning. Wait for some more people to get in. This morning I am live on TikTok, the Sacred Lotus Temple. Good morning, Yaya. How are you? Oh, Miss Teresa. You guys, good morning. How are you? Who is new here? Is anyone new? I want to make sure everyone knows that my name is Danae. I offer intuitive tarot readings. Excuse me. Today my readings are going to be we're going to go for about an hour and a half. If we need to go longer, we will. I'm glad to see you all here today. I am an intuitive. I use tarot to gain clarity into what I'm seeing, right? And so for like the collective this morning, I was meditating on us in regards to what to look forward to in 2024. And excuse me, what I was told is that in 2024, it'll be the best time for you, and by you, I mean all of us collectively, to mind our business and to be quiet. Meaning, take care of your responsibilities. Take care of the things that you want to achieve. Stay focused, right? And then to be quiet. There's two pieces to this, right? Be quiet, meaning don't tell people your plans. And I'm sure you guys have all heard this before, but 2024, with it being an 8-year, is really the time for success and abundance. And so it's important for all of us to keep in mind that there are people who are not rooting for us, right? They may be, quote unquote, our friends. They may be family, all of that good stuff. However, what do I want to say? That doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. Does that make sense? So stay quiet. Don't tell everybody what you're doing, okay? And then also stay quiet, meaning every comment that's going on in your head is not necessarily for everyone to hear, all right? So if there is something that's going on and it doesn't affect you, right, then you don't necessarily have to speak on it. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying like, oh, if there's some type of catastrophe, you don't have to say a word. But if it's something where it really has absolutely nothing to do with you, it doesn't affect you in any way, you're not emotionally tied to any of it, it is okay to hold your comments or your opinion, right? And some of you might even need to practice that because you're keyboard gangsters. Where you just get on there and you start talking crazy to everybody because you are possibly sad, lonely, and miserable. But going into 224, we want to raise our vibration. We want to seek abundance and happiness, joy, and passion. Okay? So mind your business and stay quiet. Mind your business could also be stop gossiping. Some of you may have a problem with that. If you notice that you only gossip when you're around certain people, pulling cards for the collective right now, we have the Seven of Cups. If you find that you only gossip when you're around certain people, it may be time for you to remove them. They could be blocking you from happiness. Okay? So you guys, today I am offering readings. They are $20. I'll be here until 9:30. I am pulling for the collective right now, Nine of Swords. I'm hearing full steam ahead. Whatever you've chosen to tackle in 2024, it's full steam ahead. It's like there's no blockages, penalties, abrupt stops. It's really up to you. You are the one that's going to determine how far you go. So if you decide that you want to stop or quit in the middle of something because it's getting too hard, you know, you're being encouraged to not quit. Sometimes it gets hard right before the true blessing comes. If you're just now joining me, please, you guys, go ahead and smash that like. Give me some hearts. Can you guys believe it? Hey Brenda, thank you so much for your question. Today all readings are $20. You can send that payment to my Cash App, which is the Goddess Revival 3333. Can you guys believe that? You're welcome. Like, finally, Christmas is over. Like, it literally, I think it started early this year. I think Christmas may have possibly started in like September. It was wild. And then it's like you do all these things. They're the businesses and things like that, sending out all of these, you know, commercials, advertisements, what have you, to buy stuff. And people weren't shopping this year. They were like, hello, did you hear about inflation? Wild and crazy. We got the Strength card. Keep pushing, keep moving along. Some of you, and I'm picking up on more of a feminine energy, but some of you are realizing just how strong you truly are. You're kind of doing like a recap of, hi Let's, how are you? You're kind of doing a recap of your life. You're like, I have lived an entire lifetime, right? I have experienced so many different things. And look at where I am. It may not be where I want to be, but I know that I can get there. if I just keep pressing forward. If I continue to dig down deep, believe in myself, do what I need to do, read read everything that I need to read, right? And I'm speaking to someone who you're just wanting to learn more. You're really trying to kind of take a better grasp of who you truly are. This may be somebody who's going through some type of an ascension, aka spiritual awakening, and you're realizing that you just don't believe certain things anymore. And this may not be like your first rodeo when it comes to different levels of ascension, but specifically in this time, you're kind of like, oh wow, I did that. I did all of that. I don't even know how I got through it, but I did it, and I know that I can keep going. I don't have to give up. I don't need to give up. Honestly, some of you in this time of your life, you are looking back on situations and you're realizing that although things are hard right now, you've been through worse. Like, it was way worse. It was like, oh my God, I am crying every single night. I'm crying all day long. But in this time, you're giving gratitude. You're giving gratitude to your creator because you're like, thank you for walking with me. You're thanking your archangels, you know. You're just grateful. It is, side note, it's a really good time to be alive. It is a really good time to be alive and see all of the changes that the world is going through. And I want to kind of put something into perspective for some of you. Not many, maybe like one or two of you. But even though there's like major disasters going on right now, look at it as if it were the tower moment for society, right? Tower moments happen because things need to fall apart in order for them to be built up better. I want you to take into consideration, I believe it's called the 1,000 Years of Peace. It's a biblical story, or I believe just the basics of the story is that all these things are going to happen. It's going to be wild and crazy, very destructive, okay? But it needs to happen so that 1,000 years of peace can come onto the planet. If that's something that you can relate to, then take it how you want to. All right? But yeah, it's just a tower moment. And we all go through tower moments. That's why things happen to us and they're like super negative, but we get through it. You understand what I'm saying? We build ourselves up to make ourselves better. So that's just what's going on with all of society right now. We will get through this. It seems wild and crazy. And if you think about it, it's kind of like, I don't want to say comical, but because of who I am as a person, I'm seeing it as comical, right? I have a different type of sense of humor. I totally blame working in toxic environments. But I had to laugh at things so that I could get through it. All right? Remember, everybody has a shadow. Nevertheless, we are going to get through it. Stay positive. Understand that these were things that were already written. If you believe in the Akashic records, then you know that there's like all these plausibilities to life. However, we choose like which path we take. You are just particularly in this path on this earth at this time in this dimension right? And so you just have to make the proper necessary steps for yourself while staying positive and keeping your frequency high. And I know with all of the circumstances of the earth or the world today, it can seem difficult. And it's not to say that you need to hide from what's going on in life, but you don't have to bombard yourself with it all the time. If you see negative things on the TV, you don't have to watch it. I'm being told to stop what I'm saying, my spirit team, and they're telling me that I need to let y'all know that all things are energy. All things you can affect you if you allow it to. All right? So keep in mind, or I'm being shown someone cooking in the kitchen, and the title is be more aware of what you're feeding yourself. That includes the things that you're watching, the music that you're listening to, the people that you're hanging out with, who you're with, working with. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to necessarily be your friends. It could be your family. It could be your coworkers. Some of y'all are even seeing that it's your spouse, or it's like your life partner, who seems to just always be in a perpetual state of misery. It's always something. It's wild. We have the death card. So the death is, death card represents death and rebirth. So there's going to be an ending so that there's a new beginning. You know what I mean, y'all? I am offering personal readings today for $20. But if not, that's fine. Sit here and chill with me, and I'll read for the collective. Hello, everyone who's just joined. That was really fast. That was a huge download that just came through. I'm here for it, though. Good morning, everyone. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the like, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Today I'm using my Mahogany Tarot cards. I bought them from a young lady named Kashira Hickson on Etsy. But I do believe that there's a website. It's called Mahogany Tarot, and all of the cards, I'm not pulling these ones for the collective, are what do I want to say? All the characters are of color. Okay. Yasmin, welcome. Y'all. So yeah, as I was saying, stay positive. The theme for 2024 for me, and I already spoke on this, is mind your business and stay quiet. Readings are not free today. Readings are $20, which you can send to my Cash App, which is the Goddess Revival 3333. So what does that mean? Don't tell everybody your business, and don't be in anybody else's business, and manage your business. That's the theme of 2024. I'm so focused on just showing up authentically and as myself. As weird as I might come across or whatever, like, I just want joy, you know, happiness. I'm sure that we all do, but I'm really like actively doing the things that bring happiness to me. Being in places that make me feel welcome, you know, and loved. Talking to people who I enjoy, you know? There's nothing worse than having to have a conversation with somebody you don't even like. There is nothing worse than that. And the whole time you're just looking at them and you're just like, you're either in like a daydream land, not even paying attention, or you're just looking at them in disgust, you know, because you just don't want to be there. You don't want to be talking to them. You just don't like them for whatever reason it may be. You don't have to explain it, right? Sometimes we just don't like people. We may not know what it is. It might just be their vibe, that the vibe that they're giving off, and it makes you uncomfortable, so you don't like them. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let me show y'all these cards. I got these cards from TJ Maxx the other day. Look how big they are. They're huge. Huge. They were $9.99, and I went on the creator's website, and they're cards. They're called Medusi, I think. M-U-C-I, La Musi Design. Anyways, they are, like, all of their cards started, like, the lowest thing that I saw on their website was like $20. Up to, I believe, like 80 something. So to get these for $9, I was like, definitely. They were just sitting there all alone. I just walked up on the aisle. It was like they showed up just for me. It was great. Just give me one moment, y'all. Sorry about that. Hi, how are you guys doing? Excuse me. Two of Coins. Judgment. The High Priestess. For the collective, I would say some of you are working on, there's a lot coming in. There's a lot of words coming in, but basically it's about your intuition, your discernment, your gifts. A lot of you are waking up to new forms of sight. So Some of you may have it's like your nose is sensitive and you smell everything. Okay. I can't think of what type of Claire it is, but it's basically where you have the gift of smell. So you might smell different things when like spirits enter the room. Like maybe if your grandma were to enter the room, it would smell like her favorite perfume or maybe a rose. You might smell cigars when no cigars are around. These can be different ways that like how you receive your angel messages. So when your guides are trying to speak to you, they'll let you know that they're there through smell. All right. And you can even smell it, excuse me, through other smells. Sorry. My nose ring is like weird. Okay. And for those of you who are receiving new gifts, it's kind of, you're trying to balance them out. You're trying to understand them more with what you already have. Okay? So just whatever the new gift is, you're encouraged or reminded to talk to your angels for clarity. They're telling me to remind you that if your angels or your spirit team is talking to you through a new Claire, please ask them for clarity on what they're trying to say. Simple enough, right? Hey Pamela, all readings today are $20, okay? So you can send that to my Cash App, which is the Goddess Revival 3333. You can find all of the details in my profile if you want to click on the link there. You guys, welcome in Cutie Pie and Jeanette. Hey, Nat Girl. You guys, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. MC. That song just popped in my head, Supersonic. I can't remember who sang that song. I'm well. How are you doing? I'm not doing yes or no's today. I'm doing full readings for $20. However, if you do want to donate something for your yes or no, $5 or more, I'll definitely take it. And I'll provide you with the reading. Big Armo, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you as well. Oakwood, if you have a question that you would like for me to answer intuitively or with tarot, all readings today are $20. How are you guys doing today? Like, how are you feeling about your future? You know? What are you guys working on? I am Oakwood, I don't know what that is. And I do have limits on my captions. So any word that you thought you were going to use that would have been offensive or inappropriate has been blocked. You guys, please be respectful to people, okay? Saying mean things just for the sake of being mean, like, really shows who you are, like your character. In my opinion, when people are mean just because they're mean, or because they're upset, or maybe they're miserable, or they're simple-minded, they're young-minded, and they think that it'll be funny. To me, I look at it like you're scum. You're a scallywag. Because why would you purposefully be mean to somebody? Or to say things that are just inappropriate? Not everybody is your vibe. Not everybody cares about what you think or what you have to say. You know? So if you're angry, go sit in your closet and be angry by yourself. Okay? Page of Pentacles. Like, stop throwing around negative energy, you know? There's so many better things that you could do with your time instead of staying in a negative space. You could you can do some exercising, release some endorphins, release, you know, that stress from your back. Drink some water, meditate, burn some incense, clean your home. Just stay positive. 2024 is definitely a year of just staying positive. So go ahead, y'all, and start practicing now. It's definitely... Hey, how are you? Grand Rising Fire is catching. I think that's your whole name. How are you doing? Yeah. It can be difficult to stay positive all the time. It does take a lot of, like, mental fortitude. You really have to train yourself how to do it. But really, what I did is I purposefully paid attention to my thoughts. Sometimes I would just sit quietly and let my brain run. And when I noticed that I was having a negative thought, I would immediately like change my mind, or try to think of something positive, something else that would uplift my soul. It takes work. It takes work. I'm not even gonna lie, but everybody learns how to do this at their own pace. But it does take work, and you have to put in the time. And work doesn't necessarily mean that it's hard, but it takes effort. Effort, okay? Can you speak the truth of who I am? I did not find you by accident. We are on the same frequency. Absolutely. So speaking on who you are, that's some, okay. What I'm being told is that you already know who you are, but you question it because you don't necessarily, it's not even that you don't trust your intuition. You might just be afraid of your discernment because it had been so accurate in the past, and maybe in the past somewhere along the way, not maybe necessarily your living life right now. Okay, your discernment was correct, but it scared you because of what people told you that your gift was. I am high ranking. Okay. I don't know what that means. Like, are you a priestess or a shaman? Or a chiefess? I don't know what that is. I don't know what language that is. Unless it was like, I don't even want to lie about it. Oh, that's interesting. Tell me about that. Okay. That's beautiful. You're the blueprint of what? Welcome everyone who just joined. And so then, how do you guys save humanity? Like, what is your plan? Inner knowledge of what? Or who? Okay. Which timeline are you from originally? Interesting. Well, I've never heard of that before. So thank you so much for sharing. So earlier this card fell out the deck. Nine of Swords. And so what what I'm hearing is that some of you are living in like a dream state. Akasha, Humta, you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. D, how are you? Tiff, what's going on? Stephanie, Sabrina, Carmen, Theta, Doctor, how are you guys doing today? I'm just giggling. Just thinking about something that's making me giggle. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. It's a beautiful day outside. I thought I heard some birds chirping, but I'm like, it's too cold for them to be out. But I think it's going to be well, I know it's going to be a wonderful day. Everything is working in my favor. I feel good. I feel really, really good. I'm getting tired. I think that huge download that I had earlier like zapped me a little bit. It was either that or the Anyways. Let me pull some cards for the collective. Being told to get another deck. Alright, I'm gonna get another deck, y'all. Hold on. Alright. Light Seers. Only you would know that. Only you, Lessa, only you will know if you are. I'm not going to tell you what your soul needs. Your soul, your higher self, will tell you what you need and what you need to be doing. And you'll know what you need to be doing, because it'll feel right. Don't ever ask somebody if you're on the right path. You're giving them too much authority over your journey. They could tell you no, and then you're over here in a situation that you shouldn't be in because you gave somebody else permission to speak over you like that, to tell you what you need to be doing on your spiritual journey. The journey that you're on is just for you and nobody else. Okay? So I'm gonna... Well, I already did, but... when I... like, the chop means that I'm closing out that... it's like a cord. That's the only way that I could describe it, right? When you guys ask questions to people who are offering you readings, and I'm just going to tell you this because ethically I think that you all need to know, right? That when you ask questions, you are opening up yourself for that person to feed your energy. So they're not feed off of your energy, but to read your energy, right? To feel what you're feeling. All right? That's simple as put. So you're open and you're allowing them to tap into you, right? Maybe not fully, you know, you can set your boundaries specifically for like whatever question you're asking, but some of y'all come in and you're way open. And so when you ask these questions, you're giving that reader access to your energy. All right. So not only can they take from you, but they can leave stuff there. So Lisa, I'm not jumping on your back or anything. I just want to use this as an example that when you just ask people questions about what you should be doing in regards to your soul, your consciousness, things like that, you're giving like way too much authority to someone to speak onto you, which may not be the best frequency. Like, right? Like technically I am a complete stranger to y'all. and you're just you're giving me access to things that you only need to have access to. Like, not even your mama. That's just my personal opinion, okay? And so ethically, I wanted to tell y'all that because I don't want y'all running through these spiritual streets just wide open, okay? So practice, like, so if you are going to go to some type of spiritualist or healer or anything like that, set your intentions on what you want to give them access to, right? So like if you were asking me a question, say, I only want Danae to have access to the energy that's behind this question. I don't want her to be able to tap in to see what I did 14 years ago that landed me in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, be very specific, okay? I just want to share that with y'all just for your like spiritual safety and your mental safety. Because there's people out here going through spiritual psychosis, you know, because they allowed someone access to their mind. Whether if that person even asked or not, they just opened themselves up, and now they're like, what I'm seeing is somebody like free falling through the air. We have the Devil card, Knight of Swords. We got the Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Swords. Let's see, put it down a little bit. Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing stay on your throne. Good job on removing toxic blocks, I'm seeing. Okay, so somebody is like, what is that term when people don't believe that they're supposed to be where they're supposed to be? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Imposter syndrome. Okay, there's 3 of you here now. I don't know who may be watching like behind the live, but some of you may be going through what is called imposter syndrome, where you don't believe that you should be receiving all of like the greatness that you want to achieve or that you want to receive. Does that make sense? Can I do this? My head is like weird. So yeah, I need to let you know that you are where you're supposed to be. Let me close these blinds. Okay, there we go. You are where you're supposed to be. It's like you're supposed to be receiving things that are good. It is your birthright to have the best. But some of you may have been conditioned to live in a mind of lack and poverty. Some of you may be going through the process of like deconstruction of some type of religion that you were involved in, or maybe you've been going through this deconstructing period for a while. But nevertheless, the point is that at some point during your childhood, you were taught that basically being a believer and poor would make you would have you being seen as some type of martyr. So you have this lack mentality and you think that's how you're supposed to be, but in all honesty, not having the best is not like the way that that is not the way that you're supposed to be. You don't have to live a life of struggle. It doesn't make you feel good, right? Struggle is like a low frequency. So why would you want to live in a situation where you're always like For lack of a better term, like, why do you always, like, why would you live in a situation where you're always sad? You know? Thank you, Lisa, for the likes. I appreciate that. So yeah, don't think that you have to live a certain way because of what and I'm being told it's bad programming. It is bad programming for you to believe what you were taught. You're to be reminded that these texts that you were taught from were used to oppress other people. Not just races, races or cultures of people. I'm seeing Native American and African folks who were dispelled from their land, right? There was a text that was used to oppress them, but it was also used to just oppress women. Of course, not all of it is necessarily bad, but what was taught to keep the control of other people. And so they're using it either out of context, or it's like the whole book was just rewritten to make you regret wanting the best. Does that make sense? I'm trying to pull it all together. It's just really interesting. I don't know. My spirit team is giving me this really long-winded story movie. And basically, I'm trying to just give it to you in a clear form. And basically what they're just showing me is that you have to determine if what you believe is really what you believe, or you believe it because it was taught to you. So either your mama taught you, your dad taught you, your grandma, grandpa, whoever of authority taught you something, and you believe that now. You need to determine if you really believe it. Like, does it even make sense to you? Right? What's one thing that you learned as a child that you still question to this day? And if you still question it, you need to figure out, like, well, what about it doesn't make sense? And what do I truly believe is the truth? Okay? And if what you were taught is your truth, then go with that. If it's not, then you need to put meaning to your life, right? Because life is meaningless unless you put life is truly meaningless until you put meaning to the situations and symbols of your life. Okay? I'm being told to tell someone that they're really my spirit team is telling me to say, we are really happy for you. I think they're speaking on behalf of your guides, but we're really happy or glad to see that you have removed toxic blocks, or at least you're working on removing those toxic blocks. Okay? You guys give me a minute. I'm going to go fill up my coffee, okay? All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about the delay. Thank you for staying on board. Nikit, hi. I don't think I've seen you before. How are you? Those toxic blocks for me was people. Oh yeah, I feel you on that. Hi, Nikit. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Oh. It's my first name. Okay, beautiful. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here today. I am glad to see you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Lisa, for the follow. Thank you, Niket. Did I say it right? Thank you for the follow, you guys. I really appreciate that. The only thing that I ask is that when you're here with me on live, that you just be respectful. Not only to me as the host, but to the other people watching. And then I request the same of them. If you feel like we're not on the same vibe, it's cool. You don't have to announce you're leaving. Beautiful. Thank you for letting me know. You don't have to announce that you're leaving. Niket, thank you for letting me know. I pronounced your name correctly. You don't have to tell me anything negative, right? Like, just believe what you believe. I'll believe what I believe, and we'll be good. Your practices don't bother me. Mine shouldn't bother you. My practices shouldn't bother you. You guys, today I am doing readings for 2024, and they are $20. Yes or no questions require a $5 donation to my Cash App, Goddess Revival 3333. Other than that, I'm just going to be speaking to the collective. And just go from there. We can just chit chat, you know what I'm saying? And then if I do speak on anything that resonates with you, of course, you guys, let me know in the comments. You know, let me know. Send some hearts. Hey, Agatha, how are you? Good. I'm glad to hear that, Agatha. Welcome. Oh, I'm good. It's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. I've been trying to think about what I'm going to do for New Year's. What are your plans for New Year's, Agatha? It's nice to meet you as well. But I'm trying to think about what I want to do. Of course, I'm going to stay home because I'm an introvert. But I'm thinking, like, what should I cook, right? Definitely, it's going to be the Black Eyed Peas, right? Because you have to. But what else? I'm trying to lower my consumption of meat. So I'll probably do some type of, like, okra soup with some kale, cabbage. Look at me putting my recipe together. Okay, this is my recipe for okra soup. Of course, okra, but you want fresh okra. frozen if you have to, but definitely fresh. You can chop up the pieces the way that you want to. All right, then you're also going to get kale. I personally like turnip greens, but dandelion greens are just as good. Celery, tomato, onions, purple and white. Throw that in a pot. Now, you can get your own seasonings together, but I really, really like that seasoning called Slap Your Mama. I know this has nothing to do with intuitive readings, but I'm just sharing with you guys, okay? Yeah, you can put that in a crock pot. You could do it in a Dutch oven. But it is so good. Seasoned to taste. It is so good. And it's like it's healthy for you, but it's solid on your stomach. You know how like in the wintertime when it's cold, you want something solid. You want something that's going to make you fill up. Well, this will make you fill up. You know? But it's really... God, it's so good. It's so good. I'll show you guys. I have this recipe book. And I know this has nothing to do with intuitive readings. But I like to share. I like to give resources. So I have this recipe book. It's called Jubilee. Recipes from 2 Centuries of African American Cooking by Toni Tipton Martin. If you guys have seen that show on Netflix called High on the Hog, watch that. This recipe book came from that show. Anyways, get into it. That's where I get a lot of my recipes, but because I am trying to keep my meat intake down, a lot of things I just sub out for some type of high protein based vegetable when possible. Alright, so anyways, let's get back into these readings. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent, but that's just who I am, and I show up authentically. If we are a vibe, we're a vibe. But I also understand that some of y'all gotta go to work, or maybe you're off work and you want to go back to sleep. Who knows? Enjoy your day. Do what you want to do. Alright, let's pull some cards for the collective real quick. The Hierophant. 10 of Wands. Ten of Cups. Some of y'all are like, I have learned all that I can learn. It is time to get to my abundance. Raise your hand if you're tired of the universe sending you lessons. It's like, can I please just get to the final outcome? But even though you're asking to get to that final outcome, it's important for you to know that the universe wants to give you all that you want, but they want you to be able to hold on to it. So these lessons that they're putting you through, and it seems like it's the same lesson over and over again, but not as strenuous. It may be because there might just be one more piece of something that you need to learn in order for you to maintain what you're about to get. If that makes sense to y'all, tap that heart button for me, okay? Also keep in mind, how can I explain? Okay, Spirit, give me a better way to explain it, because I saw it and then it went away. Keep in mind that these lessons are things that your soul needs in order to It's like in order to not have to do life again. So if you believe in reincarnation, or, you know, really that energy is energy and it flows and it goes and it comes and all of that. But they just want to make sure that you are where you need to be in order for you to maintain. It's like, you know, when people are like, you good? No, are you good? Like, for real, no, are you good? Okay, you good? Okay, you're good, right? They want to make sure you're good. So, when situations happen that may look like they're not in your favor, before you react, you're encouraged to think about what's going on before you speak or act. Try to look at things from a different perspective. Like, look at it as if this is not happening to me, it's happening for me, but why is it happening, and what's the lesson that I can learn from this so that I don't do this again? It's like hold on, let me just let the download come through, okay, y'all? Some of the things that are happening to you are literally just tests. Don't be so quick to react. Sometimes sometimes all you need to do is observe what's happening around you. Look at how the energy is moving around you. Be aware of your surroundings. There are people in your life who they're telling me, just use the word toxic. But it's such a word that's used so much, but I'm just supposed to say toxic. But you might also see them as negative people, meaning that they are just sad. They're sad and they're in this place where they're projecting their sadness onto other people, but it's coming out as being angry, as being mean. They're trying to overpower, or they're trying to control. Maybe you can look at it from the perspective that this particular person may possibly have some type of spiritual oppression, and so they feel like they have to oppress other people as well. Again, it's just energy that's flowing. It's going from one thing to one thing to another thing to another thing. It like just goes down like a ladder. So in order for you to it's sad but true, but in order for you to do well, you're going to have to set boundaries with people who are showing you signs of being like low vibrational. Again, they're angry, they're sad, they're controlling. All in all, you can just really tell that they are like living in their own misery. And you know that misery loves company. And misery is an oppressive state, right? It wants to cause, like, it wants to bring harm to everyone. So I understand that some of you may be in situations where you can't fully just not talk to somebody, right? Whether if it's your spouse or whether if it's your your boss or employer, and you guys have to work closely. But you guys do have the ability to protect yourself energetically. You could do things like, imagining an egg around you, imagining that there's a waterfall in front of you or around you, or that there's fire, anything that would block energy from getting to you. It's something that you can do. It's just a visualization that you could do in the morning when you wake up. It's to just protect yourself. Set your boundaries. Ask for assistance with removing that person from your life, if that's what you want. Okay? Some of you may be looking for some type of like spiritual mentor. If you are, definitely look into that. I do offer that. You can go to my profile and click on the link and get all the information there. But even if you don't work with me or choose me, there's so many other people here that offer that service. So if that's something that you have been thinking about and you want to do, definitely take the opportunity to at least research it. Sometimes it's good to just have someone that's like a mentor, not necessarily a coach, but just someone who you can vibe with and bounce ideas off of. And because of their expertise, they'll be able to give you sound advice without telling you or making it seem like this is what you have to do, right? We all have our own free will and we can do as we please, but sometimes it does where did that come from? I'm being told a wise hen does not lay eggs. I'm not sure what that means. Can you give me some clarity? Rotten eggs. A wise hen does not lay rotten eggs. Okay, so what I'm being told is that seek guidance, seek mentorship from someone who is wise. Someone who you believe has true experience, and someone who's going to give you the compassion, empathy, and just kindness that you need as you go through this journey. All right? If that resonated with any of you, I hope that you use the information that I provide you in a way that makes in a way that resonates with you. So however it works for you, take it as such. Okay? Teddy, if you're still here, thank you so much. I did see that you told me that was great advice. So thank you so much. My neck's starting to hurt. I'm sitting on my little chair cushion thing. Maybe just stretch a little bit. Oh. All right, you guys, I'm going to close out in about 10 minutes. So if you would like a reading, go ahead and make your payment to my Cash App, which is Goddess Revival 3333. If you, however, would like to have a personal reading where it's just you and I on the call, you can schedule your appointment with me. Go through my link in my profile, okay? I offer 30-minute calls, hour calls. I also offer where you can get, what do I want to say? Well, where I will record a video for you. And then you'll send it, and then you'll always have it. If any of you are on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's called The Sacred Lotus Temple. I offer daily readings. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I really appreciate that. Alright, so one of the cards that fell out during the shuffle was the Four of Pentacles. I'm seeing someone needs to invest more into themselves. All right, so let me so what I'm being shown, I'm looking at this card, is that, see this woman, she's holding this like coin bag, and she's holding it close to her. What I'm being shown, like on top of the card, is that there's someone here. The purse is also them, right? So they're trying, so what you're being encouraged to do is to hold yourself close to yourself. Take care of yourself. Make yourself a priority. Again, we're here for 2024 reading, so take this into the new year. Start planning what you're going to do for your self-care. My son came to me the other day. He saw this thing on TikTok, and it was like an ice thing that you put on your face. And it would help for like swelling, you know, or it closes your pores. It helps with reducing acne. He was showing it to me because he knows I like little things like that, little whatever, self-care facial things. And I was like, oh yeah, that looks so cool. So I had to like do my research on it. Anyways, I determined that I didn't necessarily want to incorporate that tool into my self-care, but I found other ones that I did. But the point is that just take time for yourself. Buy the things that you like and that are going to take care of you, whether if it's taking care of your mental state, your physical state, whatever, your health in general. If you haven't been to the doctor in 5 years, go to the doctor. Just get a checkup, you know? Go to the dentist for a cleaning. Just take care of yourself. Go get your hair professionally done. Like someone may be someone where you just don't ever go get your hair done, but go to a salon and get yourself a good scalp massage and hair wash, you know? Take care of yourself. You're allowed to live how do I want to say it? I'm being shown that scene from that movie. I think it's Park and Recreation. And it was the two characters, Donna and the little guy. And they're talking about treat yourself. Now, I'm not saying go out and spend all your money. But take some time for yourself and treat yourself. Even if all you do is go buy your favorite candy bar or snack, you know, do that. Do that for yourself. Do things that are gonna raise your vibration and make you happy. You know, you can't put your happiness into other people. You can't expect people to make you happy. You're giving them too much control over your emotions, over your mind. You got to make yourself happy. You got to do the things that make yourself happy. Maybe you want to just sleep in for an hour tomorrow morning if you can. Then do that. Do what you need to do to make that happen. Nine of Wands. Set boundaries with people. This is just what I'm feeling. Some of y'all have really just been through it this past year. Well, let's just say even like for the past 3 years, right? We've all been through it collectively. But just, take it as you will. On a personal level, on how you've experienced life, you've been through some things. And you're tired, Go ahead and set your boundaries. Set your boundaries with people, places, and things, right? Set your boundaries. It's okay. Somebody's feelings might be hurt, but if they're really for you, they'll get over it and they'll understand that you're just taking care of yourself. The people that you have to watch out for are the ones that you set back, that you tell them your boundary and they keep trying to push you to see if you're really going to hold up to that. Like they just don't respect your boundaries. They like try to, what is the word? They push your buttons to see if you're actually going to uphold what you've set in place. When people start doing stuff like that, what I do is cut them off. Because I'm not going to play the game. I'm not going to let anyone think that they're getting away with something. Right? Like that's over and done with. I'm not just I'm love and light, but I'm also Newports and Colt 45. So I'm not going to let somebody just walk all over me. Being a spiritual person does not mean gullible and naive. Right? I want the best for myself. I want the best for you. Respect me, I'll respect you. That's what I say. You take it how you want it. I set my boundaries. You set yours. Right? Get in where you fit in. I love that. 5 of Pentacles. If at any time y'all begin to struggle, or if you have been struggling, ask for help. All you have to do is take this key, unlock the door. You're not locked in. You're not trapped. Ask for help. Ask for support. Let people know what's going on with you. It's okay to open up. I need to emphasize, open up to people that are trustworthy and who you know are for you. If you don't know someone is for you, you could, and this is like weird, but it's the truth. You need to, I guess you could say test people. There was this one lady on here and she had said that she had just started talking to this man and she wanted to see if he was trustworthy. So she told him some like Jake is like fake or random or unusual secret about herself that wasn't really the truth. So she was like, randomly told him something like the sound of, I'm making this up. An example would be like, the sound of popping gum really scares me. And so she just told him that, left it there, She's like, please don't tell anyone or whatever. Like, right? So basically she was testing to see if he would use that information against her or if he would tell other people. And soon comes to find out they get into like a squabble about something, and he puts gum in his mouth and starts smacking and chewing on it really, really hard. And he's just looking at her with this like most incredible malicious look. And so then at that time she realized that he really wasn't for her and that he would use things against her, right? So again, tell people things who are trustworthy. And if you're someone who doesn't want to just tell your business at all and you don't want people knowing what's going on, please keep in mind that you can go to your creator and ask for assistance. Ask for support. Your creator, your spirit team, your ancestors, whoever you work with, ask for support and guidance. Go to your higher self and ask your higher self what you need to, what you can do. Ask for clarity. Ask for the knowledge to be brought to your attention on how you can get through certain moments. Okay? Well, I've gone a little bit over, but the last card that fell out was the Knight of Cups. So if you're someone who's interested in love, please know that love is coming your way in 2024. And if you're not here for love and you're more wanting to know about your career or business ventures, understand that a partnership is going to come about. All right, you guys. So if you are interested in a personal reading, please go to my website and schedule your reading with me now. But yeah, thank y'all for being here. As always, I love you and take care of yourself as well as others. All right, bye.